Well, imagine you get a phone call from your spouse, your child, even your bank, according to what your caller ID says.
But on the other end, it's a stranger trying to rip you off. It's called spoofing. Police say it is a major problem. Some lawmakers want to make it illegal. 6 News reporter Aaron Calandra is live in State College with more on this. Aaron?
Marty, Jen, spoofing is when you use technology to change the phone number that appears on someone's caller ID. It's perfectly legal when you use it as an innocent prank, but it's illegal when you use it for criminal activity like extortion or fraud. And that's exactly how police say criminals are using it. And they say the only way to put an end to it is by banning spoofing altogether.
You'd be surprised at how much fear it actually puts into you to think, how does this person who I've never met before know everything about me and my family and my extended family at that? And it's very easy to fall for.
A terrifying moment Tracy McCarthy of Cambria County will never forget.
I'm sitting in your living room.
Well, we were at Walmart, myself, my husband, and my daughter, and got a phone call from our own home phone. And the guy proceeds to tell me that he's sitting in my living room and that he's going to tag everything in my house and he's going to bash my husband's head in. And of course, we became a little bit alarmed because it's only the 3 of us that live here and we were all out together.
But it was all a scam. The caller used software to make his phone number look like Tracy's on the caller ID. And it's really easy to do.
It's easy. Anyone can do it. You log on to a free program online. You enter your phone number, the number you want to call, and the number that you want to show up on caller ID. In our case, we'll use all 6s. After that, you hit place call, and you're connected.
You can even change your voice so you sound like someone else.
You can choose any number to show up on caller ID, which makes this scam so believable and easy to pull off. The scammer who targeted Tracy didn't stop at one call. She says he called her using other family members' numbers, and she answered every time.
If your brother calls, what do? You answer the telephone.
Experts say criminals are using this technology to get your personal credit card information. Police say common excuses are that your bank account has been compromised, you missed a payment, or you're being sent to collection. Scammers ask for account numbers, your date of birth, or even your mother's maiden name.
I'm calling from your local fire department. We're collecting money for our annual drive. Are you interested in donating?
And even worse, trying to scare you into paying big bucks right now.
Your mom and dad are tied up. If you call the police, they'll die.
Something like this happened in State College over the summer.
There was a lot of confusion in the family because they weren't sure on what they were supposed to do based on the information they were getting from the criminals.
Scammers told a father in Harrisburg that his son, a Penn State student at University Park, was being held hostage, prompting police to send out the tactical team.
A lot of police officers were activated to try to find this person who had allegedly been taken hostage.
Investigators eventually found out the call came from Puerto Rico. The number on the caller ID was the son's cell phone number.
We have to stop spoofing in the state of Pennsylvania. It's a scam. People are being taken by it every day.
Lawmakers signed a federal law a few years ago, making spoofing illegal if it's being used to cause harm or fraud. But it's not banned altogether. There are actually dozens of spoofing apps available right now. Some will charge you to make these phony calls, but it's a small price for scammers who are looking to make much more from your wallet. So some lawmakers here in Pennsylvania are pushing to make it illegal, including State Representative Scott Conklin, who just co-sponsored a new bill last week after we contacted him about this issue.
We have to put teeth into the law. We have to make it something that when somebody does do it, there's criminal consequences. That's the only way you can stop it.
He says this is a no-brainer, calling it common sense legislation. If you're found guilty of spoofing, he wants to see stiff fines and even jail time.
It's one of the best scams that telemarketers are using today.
Tracy says they never did find out who spoofed her family.
Calls were completely untraceable. The police tried to trace them, the phone companies tried to trace them. They were untraceable.
That's why Conklin says he's eager to get this bill to the House floor for a vote.
It's the first step. If we don't start, we'll never be able to stop it.
Now, officials want to remind you that your bank and your credit card companies will never call you and ask you for your account numbers or your personal information over the phone. They also say a lot of organizations won't solicit funds over the phone, so they say if you get a call like that, to simply hang up and call them back. Now, Conklin says if you agree with banning spoofing, to contact your local lawmakers and tell them you want it banned. Live in State College, Erin Calandra, 6 News.